Happy Saturday, everybody. It is February the 17th, 2024, just for a point of reference. I am updating the ebook Kindle version, actually the Kindle version, not an ebook, of my popular book, Start Your Proofreading, Side Hustle, Maximize Your Writing Skills. So I am inside of my KDP Select dashboard where I have all of my book titles that I have published through Amazon. All right. So I am here. Why am I updating this Kindle version of my book? Because I wanted to be eligible for the audiobook virtual voice. This is a cool new feature that Amazon is offering. They are offering basically an AI narrator for your book, but you must have a Kindle book published that is live. It must meet all of the formatting requirements for Amazon in order to be eligible for the virtual voice audiobook, which is posted to Audible. This is great for me because there was no way I could have read and narrated all of my books myself. Up to 200 something pages. One book has 5 hours of audio. There was just no way that I could do that. Plus, a couple of years ago when I looked into it, the process was so convoluted for producing an audio for Audible that I just said forget it. So I listened through the narrator voices. They only have 2 for Black people. They have one Black lady voice and one Black male voice. All right. They might need more voices, perhaps my voice. But anyway, the reading of it actually sounds fairly natural. It doesn't sound robotic. It has expression. There are parts of the book that need expression. And the virtual narrator was doing a pretty good job of that. So I'm pretty happy with the voice narration. So I am updating this book. Let me show you the process. I am using Amazon's Kindle Create, which I do not like because you cannot really format your ebook the way that you want to. There are a lot of fixed formats with their themes. You can't change the color. It's not a text editor. This is not a text editor that is easy to use. Like I said, there are a lot of fixed formats. So even though I perfectly formatted the book in Microsoft Word, when Kindle Create pulled it through, it jumbled everything up, right? It put everything in pieces. So now this is a chapter that I am having to reformat with their very fixed formatting options. But I'm using Kindle Create because you need to use it if you want to use that virtual voice feature for Audible. It needs to be a reflowable Kindle ebook in order for you to use that feature. Okay, here I go talking and trying to do a lot of stuff. Okay, so here's what I'm having to do. You do not want your text justified as you would in the print version of the book, because this needs to flow according to different devices. And when you use justified, it's going to make the text look really funky. So I'm going through and making these subheadings. Yes, save it. And making sure that everything is flushed to the left margin, and not justified. Okay, so that's chapter 7. Luckily, this book has short chapters. It gets right to the point. Now, I am having to correct for all of that spacing. I don't like to have hanging sentences or hanging words. I want there to be a stop point at the edge of every page. So where it was in pieces per page, I'm having to go through and fix the spacing. See, this is hanging me. It's in the middle of a sentence, and this is a very long sentence, and it's hanging there. That's a lot of space. I don't particularly like. Let's see if I can raise this up a little bit. Nope, that made it worse. So I'm just showing you in real time how I am having to go through and fix what Kindle Create did to the layout of the ebook version of this title. So, and I'm going to have to, the bullets look pretty okay, but in other chapters I had to fix every bullet because the spacing and alignment got wonky. Okay, so what I am doing is also inserting a picture at the head of every chapter. I just wanted to break up the text, so here's a photo of what I mean by that. Let's click chapter 2. There's another photo. It actually is not the same photo. Chapter 4, chapter 3, and where am I? Chapter 7. So in order to do a photo, you have to right click it, insert image. I need to find an image. Let me just click this. Unfortunately, you cannot see the image, so you have to know by title which image you're choosing. Let's see what pops up. Okay. And it's doing all that jiggling. Let's make it full. So what I will do, and you can click it, I have to go and edit this image in order for it to be more 16 by 9 because this is way too big with too much white space around it. So I'm going to delete it. You might want to see how I do this. All right, so let me try to show you. Again, I'm showing you real time, so I'm having to go find that image through Windows Explorer. I think it was this one. So I'm right clicking it, open with Paint. And if you have Word or Windows, if you're running Windows, then Paint should be on your system. I'm cropping this image so it's a little bit more horizontal. I'm just going to click Save. So now when I right click again, so it's a little bit better about spacing. So I'm making that sentence go to the next page instead of it hanging. So now that I put the picture in there, yes, you guessed it, I've got to fix the formatting again. So this is the process when you use Kindle Create to format your Kindle books. I don't like it, but I'm using it because I want the Audible version. I want this to be eligible for Audible. So I'm using their software. Okay, and then it will automatically save, or you can go ahead and click save. So this, my friends, is how I am updating this title, Start Your Proofreading Side Hustle. Hopefully, before the day is out, I will have an audiobook version. All right, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to learn how to create your own books, you need to improve your writing skills, go to my website, arhampton.com, click Onyx Ed, or you can go to onyxedonline.com. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you become one of my students. Happy learning. See you soon.